What's up, guys? This is part two of a kind of like a little mini series I'm doing about the gear and how to hunt out west. So today is the gear portion of it. I'm just going to go over, for the most part, what I take. And a lot of stuff I do is backpack hunting. If you're hunting right by the truck, obviously it can be a little different. This is just pretty much most of my stuff that I use and that I carry. The things I'm not going to show you is food. I feel like a lot of money can be saved in the food area. You see everybody on TV and on YouTube and stuff, they're eating mountain houses and those freeze-dried meals, which I don't have any problems with, but those meals are like $5 to $8 a piece, and I can just eat a lot cheaper than that. So I don't carry a backcountry stove because I don't feel like I need it. I don't really usually go on any super cold hunts. My coldest hunt's been up in Maine for moose, and it was like in the low 20s at night, but during the day it wasn't crazy. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so I don't feel like I need to have coffee, and I'm fine with eating food that's not hot. So I make a massive bag of trail mix and take it with me, just from stuff, mixed nuts and dried fruit and M&Ms. Take that with me to eat, and then I get these single packets of tuna fish and chicken and stuff, and they're like $1 a piece. So I'll eat a granola. I'll take granola bars too, and I'll eat a granola bar for breakfast, and then for lunch I'll eat a pack of that tuna and then some trail mix, and for supper I'll eat a pack of that tuna and some trail mix. So you're eating, each meal is costing like $2. Some people can't do that. I can. That's what I do. So everything I'm going to show you, you need to figure out what works for you and what the best option for you is. And feel free to ask me any questions down in the comments or send me a message on Instagram, and I'd be happy to answer. So I don't have anything in any particular order. I just kind of have everything here around me. So I'm going to show you what I got, and we'll go from there. All right, so depending on where you're hunting, like I said, if you're backpack hunting, you're going to need some kind of water filter system. I had this little drawstring bag. This is what I use. It's a Sawyer water system, and it's just this little tiny filter right here. And you hook a bag up to it, which it comes with these tiny bags, but I bought a couple bigger ones. You fill these bags up with water, you screw it on like this, you squeeze the water, and it comes out and goes into your water hydration pack or your water bottle. And then afterwards, you fill this with fresh water, this plunger, put it on here, shoot the water out, good to go. Works really well. I used it in Idaho a few months ago on that backpacking bear hunt, spring bear hunt that I went on. It's a really good water filter. My sleeping bag, this is a Marmot 15-degree mummy bag. Honestly, I hate mummy bags. Like, I hate them with a passion, because like I'm not a back sleeper like this, but if it's really cold, it works really well. And if it's not cold, I open it up because I'm pretty good in cool weather. So this is a compression bag, and it'll squish down. You can't see it, but it'll squish down really small, like this big. So that's my bag. Like I said, it's a 15-degree bag, weighs 3 pounds 6 ounces, it says, which is not exactly light, but some of the gear I have is like really good stuff, which this is a really good bag. It's just not as light as some bags. I get the best stuff I can afford, and then the rest of it I make do. So a Marmot bag. My tent is an Alps or ALPS Mountaineering. It's a Chaos 3, which is a 3-person tent, because I like being able to put all my stuff in the tent. And I am going to upgrade to another tent I found that I haven't bought yet, just because it's $400 or $500. So this right here just has the poles and the stakes in it, and I just put those in my bag, my pack, not with the tent. And then the actual tent is right here, and this is a compression pack, and that I bought off eBay. It didn't come with it, and it'll go down real small. Like, the whole tent will be about this big. I bought this tent for a reason. This was the exact one I wanted, because it's a smaller footprint. It's a smaller 3-person tent, but it was lighter than a lot of like 2-person tent, and I like being able to put my pack and everything in the tent just in case the weather gets crazy. So this is my tent. I don't know what it weighs. I think my sleeping bag, my tent, my pillow, I weighed it the other day. It was all like 10 pounds altogether or something like that. I carry a pillow and a pad. I carry an Inertia X-Wave pad, which is a 3/4 length pad that's pretty wide. They actually don't make this pad anymore, but you can still find it new on eBay for like 50 bucks. And it's awesome because some of those pads are only about that wide. And if I'm not a big guy, but I'm not a tiny guy, I'm 6 foot, like 200 pounds, and pretty solid built. Got a 34-inch waist. And so those really skinny pads, I move around a little bit when I sleep, and they just won't stay under you. So this is a wider pad, but it's only 3/4 length, so it doesn't go from your knees down, but it covers everything else. Works great. And then I got an Inertia X-Wave, I believe it's an X-Wave pillow. And you want a pillow. If you are doing some backpacking, you'd be amazed the difference a pillow can make. They weigh like, if you get a good one, they weigh like 2 ounces. Like this whole thing, I think the whole thing together weighs 12 ounces for something, maybe a pound for the pillow and the pad. So, and you can see how big it is. I mean, that's probably the size of a little smaller than a 20-ounce bottle. Another thing I carry on all my hunts is a kill kit. This is a Eagle Rock Gear. They make the bags I'm using. They didn't have the best sewing stitching on the edges because they were cheaper, but they're synthetic bags, which I wanted a synthetic bag instead of a cotton bag. So what I did was, my mom sews, so I got her to reinforce all the seams, so I saved a bunch of money there. I use an Outdoor Edge replacement blade knife and carry the blades with me. Like this is what it looks like, and all those replace on there. Works really well. And then I carry some black medical gloves for when I'm cleaning the animal, to try to keep all the blood out of under my fingernails and everything. I keep some paracord in there just in case. I keep a pen to sign my tag. I keep some zip ties in case I have to attach the tag, that it isn't one that sticks on there, it's just a paper. And some plastic bags, like trash bags, just in case. So that's what I keep in my kill kit. In my kill kit right there. My boots are dirty because I've been hiking like crazy scouting for deer, and these are Salomon or whatever you want to call them. They're GTX. Gosh, what is the exact name of these things? I don't know. I'll put in there exactly what they are. They're good boots. I've got probably 200 miles on these boots so far. You can see how much tread is worn down. Actually, no, I got more like 250 or 300 miles on these, and they've been really good. Don't really have a whole lot of complaints. There was one place on one of the boots, I don't even see it now, right here on the side, you can't see it because it's dirty, that it was starting to separate a little bit, so I just mashed some shoe goo down in there and duct taped them back closed, and they've been good. And I have sealed them with a silicone treatment to make sure they stay waterproof. I'm hoping they'll last me another year or two, and then I'll buy another pair of boots. I don't know if I'll buy this kind again. I'll just have to do some research. I wanted to make sure to get a pair of boots that had a toe cap on them, and it's made a big difference in my opinion in the areas where I'm hunting that are pretty rocky. So those are my boots. I carry a headlight with an external battery, so it's a little bit brighter. So I carry a few extra batteries. Carry a Garmin inReach. This allows me to text my wife when I'm away, even if I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can send messages to my friends or my wife and let them know what's going on, how the hunt's going. And it also has an SOS button, so if some bad stuff goes down and a lot of times I hunt by myself, I can still hopefully get some help if I'm injured real bad. I carry 2 portable chargers. These are 20,000 mAh. I carry 2 of these because I film from my phone, I film from my camera, and I charge my Garmin, my inReach I just showed you. And then on top of that, I also am using Onyx Maps on my phone. So I carry 2 of these so I can keep everything charged. One of these can charge an iPhone from like 0 to 100% like 6 or 7 times. So 2 of them, I haven't even come close to running out of these yet for 2 of them. My binoculars that I carry are Zeiss Terra EDs. They're 10 by 42s. They work really good. Had them a while. I actually had 8 by 40s, and I had a problem with the eye cap on one of them, like a screw came loose. So I sent them back. I just was thinking they'd put a screw in there, and they said, oh, we can't make it like it's new, so we'll just send you a brand new pair. And we don't have any 8 by 42s right now. Would you like 10 by 42s? Or do you just want to wait for a little while and we'll give you 8s? And I was like, well, 10s are fine. So they sent me a pair of 10s. So these are only a year or two old, only like a year old. And then I have a harness that'll keep them in front. And then this says loophole, but that's all right. And then I have a chest harness that keeps them, that I rigged up, keeps them right here on my chest. And then I also carry a rangefinder. This is a Nikon ProStack 50 or 550, so it'll range find out to 550. It'll actually go a little farther than that. And then I made a little attachment so it'll hang on my binocular case like this. So I always have my rangefinder and my binoculars right on my chest. This harness used to be an underarm pistol harness, and I converted it into a binocular harness. It works really well. My spotting scope is a Bushnell Trophy. I'm gonna buy another one, a better one at some point, but I just don't have the money right now. So I'm using the old Bushnell, and it's working good enough for me. For tripod, this is one I had on eBay. It's an Intertech, which is a cheap Amazon, or excuse me, I didn't buy it off eBay. I bought it off Amazon. It was a cheap Amazon one, but it had pretty good reviews. It worked for me fine. And then my camera that I use for my filming stuff is a Canon PowerShot 530 or SX 530 HS. Films pretty good video. It's got a really good zoom. It's got a full 50 optical zoom, 50 power, and then it'll like do a digital zoom to like 200 or something. I filmed stuff at over like 1.5 miles, and it still is good enough for you can tell what it is, and that's good enough for me. My rifle is it's my Tika T3. It's a 7mm 08. I got a Vortex 4 to 12 by 50 on it. It is a 7mm 08, and I use it for hunting elk or deer or whatever. It's got a removable magazine. Tikas are just awesome guns. And the ammo I use is Federal Premium 140 grain Accubon bullets. That's the bullets I use. As far as clothing and gear, I have a pair of gaiters that my wife got me. These are off of Amazon. They've worked fine. They're snake proof if you're in snake territory, but they also work good for the whole keeping dew off your feet, keep your feet dry type thing. These work really well. The pack I use is a Mystery Ranch Metcalf. I got my patches on here. I put a patch on there whenever I go somewhere new. I sew a patch on there, so I got my states on there. I believe this is 4,400 cubic inches, I believe. This here that's flopping down is the lid that sits more up on top when your pack's loaded. This is the pack I've taken on pretty much all my hunts on YouTube. Packed out loads up to, I don't know, 150 pounds. I know I've packed 150 pound loads with this thing for moose, and it's handling them like a champ. It'll carry as much or more than I can. I know it'll carry more than I can. It's an awesome pack. These packs are pretty expensive, but in my opinion, you need good boots, you need a good pack, or your trip could suck. It's the best way I can put it. I carry a water bottle that's like a quart, and then I carry a bladder. This is a Camelback 50-ounce bladder, and it goes in my Mystery Ranch. And what I do is, I don't have it in here, but I carry a life straw, and I keep it in that top pouch of my pack. And anytime I pass over water and I'm a little bit thirsty, I pull out that life straw and I drink as much as I can from the life straw. And then it keeps the water in my bottle lasting longer, because it takes a lot more time to fill up your bottle and fill up your Camelback. So if you can just drink through your life straw, which is really easy to get to, this water will last a lot longer. You don't have to worry about getting out your filter or filling this up and all that kind of stuff. All right, as far as rain gear, this is a Columbia rain jacket. It's a really good one. It's not crazy light, but it works really well. I got it for pretty cheap because I have a buddy that can get really good discounts with Columbia. So this is what I carry. I cinch it down real small. It usually goes in the bottom of the pack because I don't really deal with rain that much. I don't carry any rain pants. I'm planning on buying some this year, but they're just gonna be good rain pants that have a good review off of Amazon or something like that. As far as I can tell, the solids, you know, I think it works fine. I know it's not camouflage, but honestly, for the most part, I'm not hunting in rain all the time. And if I do ever go on a hunt somewhere that, you know, it's going to be rain wide open, might be a little bit different. I might buy some different gear. But this works really well. It's good gear. It's just not camouflage. Jacket I have, this is a soft shell jacket. I really like this camo pattern. It's really the only one that I like that Realtree does, but it's the one that kind of looks like a grass, it almost kind of looks like a Western camo pattern. So I bought this jacket after the hunting season at Walmart, or off of Walmart's website, for like $30, okay? The zippers in this jacket, I feel like the main difference between this jacket and a top of the line soft shell jacket is the zippers, okay? Because I haven't had any problems with any other quality. Like, I love this jacket, but the zipper was garbage. So what I did was I went and paid a lady that's a seamstress in the town where I work to put like a really good zipper in this thing, and paid her $25. So now I have what I feel is probably $150 jacket if you were to buy it from a top of the line place, and it cost me $50. So it's a good jacket. I carry a puffy jacket, which my wife got for me for Christmas, or my parents got for me and my wife together. She got it off a website, either Backcountry or Steep and Cheap. And it doesn't look like it's real heavy, but this thing works so good. And it'll compress down, you know, next to nothing. You know, you can stuff it in your pack and it'll be tiny. They're really good jackets, compressed down super small. And then I also carry a puffy vest. That this doesn't look like it's very thick either, but it works good too, and it'll compress down even smaller. So if you're in temperatures that are kind of like in between being cold and where you'll be hot, you can put this on, keep your core warm, your arms exposed, or arms just with like a really thin layer, and you'll be cool. This is a Sitka lightweight shirt. I have this one, then I have a couple other lightweight shirts. I wear these things all the time on the hunts. I carry this one and maybe one other shirt with me on like a 7-day backpack trip. This is one of the other shirts I carry. This is also a Columbia. I usually just carry like this one, and then depending on what all I have in my pack, this one and one other shirt. I know this is gray, but it has this reflective material on the inside of it, and this shirt is crazy warm. So like it just depends on the hunt I'm going on, but it works really well, especially on cold nights. I carry this thing. I have a pair of Under Armour compression pants that I carry. Don't take up barely any room, real small. Kuiu soft shell beanie. I've shot everything from ducks to moose, elk, whitetail, any and everything out of this beanie. This is my go-to beanie that I carry for everything. I carry a face mask just because if I end up sitting somewhere and it gets a little cool, this will help a little bit with cool, but also it'll hide my face depending on what I'm hunting. And then a pair of tight-fitting gloves. These are from Cabela, Bass Pro Shop. I like them. They're, you know, real small. I'm not real big on loose fitting gloves or things that are baggy, so these fit real tight. Let's see. As far as pants go, these are my go-to pants. These are Cryptek. I think they're Aleos pants. These pants are amazing, okay? Some people say that they're too hot for early season, but they're probably not from South Carolina. So these are my go-to pants. I wear them when it's cold. I wear them when it's hot. If it's real cold, I just put those compression pants under them. I wear them early season, I wear them later. Man, they are really good pants. They are pretty expensive, but I got them half off online, and they were still $80, I think, even half off. But they're really good pants. They have like reinforced knees. They do have a lot of pockets, like too many pockets. But other than that, I don't have any gripe with them. They're really good. They have zippers on all their pockets. So if you want to put, you know, your wallet or your tag in one of your pockets and zip it up if you don't have it in your pack, it works really, really well for that. I also carry a baseball cap, but it's just a Riva camo cap. The two other things that I carry on every hunt, these are some warm socks that my wife got me. They're Ramu or something. Just get a really good sock. A really good sock can make a big difference. These do really good in cold weather. I don't know how they keep your feet so warm in cold weather. With them being, I mean, they're not a real thick sock, and they don't have a high wool material in them, or a high wool count, whatever the right wording is, because they don't make your foot itchy and they're not heavy. But man, they work really well. I wore them. She gave me like 5 pairs, and I wore them last year, and they were awesome. And then I'll just wear a mid-calf sock. If it's not cold, I'll just wear a really good mid-calf sock you can get from wherever. The other secret that I have for you that I thought was kind of a joke until I tried these. All right, these are a synthetic boxer brief. Okay, these things, if they get wet, will dry out super fast if you were to fall in the water, or if you start sweating, they keep you dry in your areas that you want to be dry in. And they're awesome. They're pack up as small as you can squinch them down, and they'll dry if it's cold, they'll dry if it's hot. These are awesome. So it's pretty easy to put two of these in your pack, along with a few extra pairs of socks, and make a pack good. Like I said, this is just stuff I use. Some of it's good stuff, and some of it I know is not great stuff, but it's the best I can afford. I'm probably gonna build a new rifle here in the next couple years. Keep wanting to do it, but then I keep drawing good tags, so it's a good problem to have. And if I'm spending money on tags, I can't spend money on a gun. So this is my stuff. This is what I use. If you have any questions, put it below or send me a message on Instagram. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Hopefully you've gotten something out of this. If you see something that I left out, let me know. And I'll see you guys next time.